won quite a number of new fans from the audience who were in attendance. We have to make mention of Lady G doing a fabulous set. It was superb. I mean, kind of brought another level of the whole performances in terms of up tempo vibe and all these things in the early part. When I say early, I mean like between the midnight thereabout. Overall, so many good performances. Actually, there were more good performances than bad. We have to mention Ernie Smith doing well. Big up to some of the young guns. I mean, Yeza performing, Bright Future. Several performances. I mean, Bounty Killer doing wonderful. I was a little bit disappointed. I said it earlier on today too with Ritical. Ritical has, quite a number of songs that persons in the audience knew. And, of course, popular songs on his behalf. But I don't know. I mean, I think Ritical, there's something going on with his performance. I wasn't pleased at the way he was, interacting, at the way he was delivering his songs. And, this is just one entertainer who overall I'm saying I expected to just, when we hear Ritical upon a Rebel Salute, me I say, all right, yeah, nice. That sound good and all these things. And I was like, all right, we're looking forward to see, his set. Was not 100% impressed. I mean, big up to Bling Dog, did a wonderful set. Also, Louis Culture, big up to Louis Culture as well. We did mention Ernie Wrangling, the Abyssinians. I mean, Ernie Smith and the Abyssinians and so on. And I think overall, like I said, for the most part, we mentioned Bounty Killer also. There's so many good performances. I hope I'm not leaving out any right now. But overall, I mean, by far, it really, outdid the persons who could have done a better job. The crowd support, I believe, for night one was kind of similar to previous years. Maybe, I mean, in my estimation, probably may 800 to 1,000 persons less in previous years for night one, but it was a pretty good crowd, and I'm expecting even a much bigger audience tonight for night two.
Okay, wow, what a roundup, Mac. I don't think you left anything out. No, yes, you did leave out the part where Muta gave Jashi a warm embrace on stage.
Yes.
But all in all, it was a pretty detailed review. And boy, did you give us, I don't want to say blow by blow because I don't want pop to why me.
Yeah.
But I can't think of another term yet right now.
Yeah.
And of course, tonight, later this evening, we're going to be seeing the likes of Ghanaian entertainer Stoneboy, Luciano, Timoy, TJ Jones, Queen Ifrica, Iwayne, Capleton Sanchez, Moses, Beanie Man Davis, Ioctane, Leroy Sibbles, George Nooks, Leroy Gibbons, Chesedek, Errol Dunkley, Josie Wales, Daviana, Terry Linen, Imaru Tafari, and West Rock. Who are you looking forward to see on the stage later, Mac?
All right, so pretty much the lineup is wonderful. I'm basically looking forward to see everybody. It's kind of interesting this year. I mean, we saw Queen Ifrica making a late entry, and I'm also looking forward to see her perform as well. We saw Jashi and Queen Ifrica being the late entries on this year's stage in a Rebel Salute, but definitely it should be interesting to see TJ in a different style.
Not the up top boss.
Right. So
yes.
representing for as Timoy James. So I'm looking forward to that performance, and of course, George Nooks, Leroy Gibbon, I mean the entertainers, Josie Wales with the classic hits, and of course Terry Linen. He has a few singles who are that are doing well. I'm looking forward to see how he or the delivery of those songs as well. And I mean, as usual, you don't know, the Dr. Beanie Man is always
well, we can't even say as usual with Beanie Man because of course the doctor was given advice by the doctor to rest, and he will be at Rebel Salute. And when Beanie Man hear music, him don't know how not to dance and stay still. So it should be an interesting performance as well.
I want to give you a scoop,
Give me.
So the scoop is, while I was expecting to see Beanie Man tonight, I saw Beanie Man last night.
Last night, well. Yes.
And
I saw there was a photo on social media with him and Killer together at Rebel Salute backstage.
Yeah. So when we made the checks now, according to the doctor, I mean, he's saying that he's 87% on the recovery
Watch
percentage.
here.
So let's see what go on. You know, I mean, I don't really want to see him too often right now. I prefer everything sort out properly and recover properly. But definitely, should be interesting to see how he deals with the stage in terms of physically being around from one. The doctor is always working the stage. I mean, fully. So I don't know what's the plan. I mean, I'd love to see how. I mean, he's a performer, so I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised because the truth is, him can stay one spot and still deliver.
Reach him audience. No,
Yeah.
absolutely, for
Facts.
sure.
Yeah.
And how are things coming as it relates to the herb curb? I know that is usually like one of the hot spots when you talk about a rebel salute. It always carries this buzz to it, pun intended.
All right. So to be honest with you, I'm happy you mentioned that because previous years, I mean, in compared to what I saw last night, I mean, the buzz in previous years to me was a little bit more than last night. So yeah, there were persons there holding a vibe and persons still doing their thing, representing. I mean, there was a nice little area that persons could just vibe, play games and so on. That was interesting. But however, I'm not sure I saw that magnitude of crowd at the herb curb last night like I did in previous years. But nevertheless, night two may be different. So let's see how that goes.
All right. I mean, it sounds really comprehensive. And again, we're imploring persons to dress comfortably. It's Rebel Salute. And, you want to be comfortable. It's a long night.
Absolutely.
You want to also take your chairs so you can sit and be comfortable and that kind of thing. In terms, it's usually nippy at the Grizzlies Plantation Cove, especially around January. So it's wise for patrons to take their blazers and make sure that you're warm. What was the vibe like last night?
Absolutely. In our links with, we were on air, of course, myself and Shamara Preston, and we were encouraging, as usual. Usually we do this as well, Kishima. I mean, in making sure that persons are pretty comfortable, and I definitely saw where a lot of persons were fully covered, a lot of boots, a lot of comfortable shoes, and of course, a whole lot of jackets,
scarves, bringing out their
scarves,
winter gear.
Yeah, all of these things, and persons were pretty much warm or dressed in a warm attire, and also what was wonderful was that and I think Rebel Salute is probably one of the few events that we see this. I mean, years ago when the camping idea of it was brought forward, I still saw a lot of persons with tents, and that was pretty cool, kind of European vibe. And at one point I was walking through the general area, and I saw maybe like 8 different tents and persons all enjoying the show from under the tent, which was kind of cool too. So yeah, that was a good vibe right there.
And speaking of tents, I saw through IRIE FM social media, so big up to the social media team.
Yes.
They did a great job in giving us a pictorial through videos and pictures across the space as it relates to what's happening. I saw a booth. I'm not certain what it was about, but there were 2 men in chains.
Yes.
So what was that about?
All right. So that booth in particular was it was like a booth promoting like Reggae Day and things about reggae and black people
consciousness
and different
the
kind of
history
vibe,
and
right?
culture.
So definitely. So that was like there are different themes of things that black people in general go through, and I mean a bunch of different twists to the whole thing of the black movement, which is quite interesting because there's a lot of persons who were taking pics and who were having conversations at that booth in particular, and I think I did mention or did see at one point where there's something regarding to Reggae Day or celebrating reggae, and so that was a pretty awesome vibe too.
Okay, all right. So with Rebel Salute taking up a huge chunk of the dish, what else is happening?
You want to start that part?
Well, all right, let me chuck right into the dish.
Yeah.
Of course, earned, not given, says retired sprint legend Usain Bolt, and he made a post on his social media platform. This is like his latest post as we are seeing, as he awaits really
Yes.
the return of over $1 billion Jamaican dollars. He says that is missing from his account with Stocks and Securities Limited (SSL). It is now day 4. Where Usain had issued a letter demanding the return of his specifically 1.9 billion Jamaican dollars that was fleeced from his account. We've seen where the Prime Minister has issued a statement. Finance Minister has issued a statement where we saw Friday where there was a high level police team searched the Upper St. Andrew home of the main suspect, who is a former wealth advisor of SSL. We understand that there should be a questioning happening before there are any charges. We're not sure if charges will be laid or if other persons will be implicated, but we know that a large percentage of Jamaicans are, lending their voice to the situation, and they want Usain and of course the other persons who lost their monies, especially the elders, to get their monies returned, even if they have to liquidate whatever it is as it relates to the business and persons who are caught up in this hanky-panky, but just have something in place where these people can be properly compensated, because thief a thief, you can't just toss them a jail and that is it.
Absolutely.
What happened to these investments? And, like you hear, a large percentage of the elderly also suffered a similar fate in addition to Bolt.
Exactly. And, just to add on to what you said earlier on, Kish, we realized that several entertainers are voicing they're lending their voices to what's going on. Even in Bounty Killer's performance last night, he did freestyle a line, making reference to what was going on. And earlier on today, I heard a gauge that, as a matter of fact, the title of that new song is called SSL, and he's saying a lot of things in it. So this is a conversation that is continuing, and it's going different places, and a lot of persons, even just being a part of the festival, it is a hot topic.
And not just locally, because the international media has picked up on it. And when you see, world sprinter Usain Bolt loses money in Jamaica and that kind of thing, and these are some of the headlines being plastered internationally. Is absolutely not a good look for the country,
not at all,
and especially as it relates to finances and international financial institutions. It really sends a bad message. And yes, we're not trying to broad brush, but the situation, it is what it is. And, hopefully we can have a proper resolve where people will go to jail. Those who have lost their monies will be compensated.
Yes, and all eyes, like you said, all eyes right now are focused on, the direction of how, this whole thing goes, I mean, there's too many persons who are, analyzing it from different angles, and let's see. I mean, we hope that every single person who is involved, be put before the justice system, and it works out that the persons who have been defrauded can get what is rightfully theirs.
No, for real.
Yeah.
What else is in the dish, Mac?
All right. So we understand that yesterday, that's according to the British phonographic industry, BPI, the song was issued a Brit Certified Silver Award, and we're talking about Gregory Isaacs' Night Nurse. And, of recently, I realized that, there are some songs that, have been released a couple of years ago that, there's especially in the UK side in recent times, the numbers are now growing, because we understand that this song, up until yesterday, January 20, sold over 200,000 units in the United Kingdom, as measured by the official charts company. So Night Nurse, certified silver, in 2021. And this now, after they surpassed 60,000 units in the UK, and now, we understand that, once again, they're making strides, and the song is still being sold, and you know different things are going as it relates to reggae music in the UK. And like I said, not necessarily new music, but some music that was released years ago. Yeah,
Before we're born.
yeah, long time old parents
No,
still
for
listen
real.
to. You know,
Because I think that track in particular was in the 1980s.
it was on his 1982 album. So and he's now certified silver. So hey, never
All
too
right,
late.
good look. Night Nurse, Cool Ruler.
Gregory
Sure.
Isaac. Yeah.
Now, also in the dish, Max, Spice has announced her first show of the year and her first since her health scare last year. Now, after canceling a show in the Cayman Islands last year due to health reasons, which triggered a near-death experience, Spice, in a social media post, says she's ready for the stage. On Friday, Spice shared that she was heading to the Cayman Islands for her first performance this year in March. Besties, I'm so happy to announce this. Cayman, let's start the fun. You have the first date with me this year. Meet me at Lion Center. Get your tickets now because you already know what's gonna be, what it's gonna be. Lit, she wrote on Instagram. So
That's a
that
great
message, all in all, is a good look because
Yeah.
it also indicates that she has fully recovered to the point where she can perform and touch the stage again. So I know her fans are related. If you go on her page and in the comment section, you can see persons, just expressing excitement that she's finally returning to the stage.
Absolutely, very happy about that. I'm happy to know that she can do what she loves again after taking a time out to just recover properly. So yeah, happy about this.
No, it's a good look.
Yeah,
What
man.
else is in the dish?
So right now we don't know, well, more things in the dish. We understand that Popcorn, he's getting ready to release his album officially January 27. And, officially he put out a track listing. So we see a number of different things happening as it relates to like collaborations and so on. We understand that, so far, there's talks of a song called, Skeleton Katir that is out. Next to Me was out as one of the singles from the project with Tony and Singh. And of course, he has collaborations with Chronic Law. And I think another Burna Boy collaboration is on the project as well. So we're looking forward to hearing the project. We know a few songs so far. Make we see how the album go. And of course, the album, Great Is He, is, expected to go on with a thing.
All right, all right. It is a good look, and I'm getting a message that the booth where the men were wearing the chains, it was about reparations as well. So big up
Nice.
to Nicholas Evans right there weighing
Wonderful.
in. And Pop, we didn't hear Pop view because Pop as a dancehall man. I wonder how he felt at Rebel Salute and what the vibe was like for him.
Tell me no, Pop.
Well, first of all, I was very impressed by the steady flow of traffic leading up to the venue, going into the venue. After I reached the venue, I was escorted around the VIP area. I got
Escorted, he
yeah,
says.
I
By,
got a
by who?
By who? Law enforcement
yes,
officials?
Yes, and I got a
Oh, wow.
nice parking.
Yeah.
And then I went straight to center stage after. And I was
Center
asked-
stage is
yeah.
on
Really?
stage,
Okay.
No, I was right in front of the stage. I saw everything. But
Okay.
another thing that I find very impressive is how these veteran artists sound exactly like the record.
Yes.
You know,
Collision said that today when he gave his review.
especially Ernie Ranglin.
No, Ernie Smith.
Ernie Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ernie Smith, must say.
Yeah.
I really like him performance.
And Lady G, I heard,
Yes.
was really excellent.
And Papa Michigan.
Yeah, he did well.
I
Yes,
like
he's
he
another
said
top
He
performer.
bring on him son, even though him son was nervous at first. He make a couple mistakes, but he never give up on him son.
Yeah.
And
You
then him
can't
son
give up on your
get some
son.
No,
forward.
and not only that. Look, mistakes, you can make
Yeah.
mistakes because perfection is a myth.
Right. That's
You're
right.
allowed to make mistakes.
And Lady G sounded very fresh.
Not even.
And she looked
She looked
young.
wonderful.
Look,
See
yeah,
him,
man.
look
Yeah, yeah.
fresh.
And
See him,
Lady
yeah.
G says timeless.
Yeah.
I liked her attire.
And Kish said to big you up to,
Oh no, man! Look, I
Yeah, man.
saw
She
her
said for
in
big up.
Atlanta
Yeah, she said for big up.
performing, and she a show shell of that man.
Naturally.
And I was able to enjoy the luxury of IRIE FM tent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say booth.
So,
pop.
yeah,
It
say
don't-
both, no?
Our booth.
Yeah,
Yes.
So, I mean, when you say the luxury right now, tell about the experience. now.
Food. Me get food about 3 times. I get food.
Yeah.
So big up Simone.
Okay, so you were
Yeah.
fed throughout the night,
Yes.
courtesy of IRIE
Food
FM.
and drinks.
So you went for the food.
Yes. I had one little bad experience because I did my first time a rebel salute.
Yeah.
First me ever go.
Yeah.
So me never know say them not two have meat and them something there.
So you never did hear the other
No,
them
man.
But that
something
was
there.
in the promo.
Say no
Pop.
say no say me go order one goated soup. And the
And what
Rasta man
happened?
go on wicked.
Yeah, him supposed to go on wicked. Fire. Him supposed to go on
The
wicked.
Rasta man go on wicked,
Yeah.
but me never
Papi
know.
must
still.
behave
Yeah.
yourself. Why
Alright,
why you
alright.
go to the people in
So,
place
Pop.
with your bad behavior?
Pop, let me tell you this now. First of all, you're not even supposed to say soup. Right now, and sit
Sit.
we are dealing with right
Yeah,
now.
you have to learn it,
So I
Pop.
never
Come
know no
on.
Maki.
Yeah.
I never got one rebel salute yet.
Yeah, but
Oh wow, so it was your first rebel
yeah, that him
salute.
say that
First
him
rebel
saying
salute.
first. Him get
Are you
baptized
going back
at the rebel salute.
tonight?
I want to go back tonight
You want to? What is preventing you?
because we have a show tonight, so I'm probably have to go leave early.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I never want that because some of my favorite artists them depend tonight.
Got you. All right. That's all.
But it's a great event. Yeah,
And it was a good experience
yes, it
too,
was a very
from
good
what you have
experience.
said.
Yes. Not necessarily the food only, but the performances.
And big up the Rasta lady there backstage. She said she always lock in, but she said she always text in, but she not hear her message. Big up.
Yeah. You never get
So-
her name.
Get her name still, but me forgot it. But she know herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know much Rasta lady when
Pop,
they backstage
you should
last
at
night.
least write that down, given
Lollipop.
what
She
the
are the only
woman
Rasta
said to
lady
you,
we
man.
talk to.
You know
She
much.
know herself, man. Because she said she
She want
always.
hear her name.
Yeah, man. You know much
Yeah.
Rasta lady they backstage last
Yeah,
night.
but I'm the only one that.
You
me have
sure?
yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
And she was the same lady we hold on for me hand for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And now let go.
And
That
what you
same
say?
lady. Yes. From
Rasta
said that she know how.
From one Rasta to another.
Yeah.
Naughty. All right, so now we have the dish fully out the way. It is time for the big ups and the burnouts. Pop, what's your big up this week?
You know, so this week one big up Mota Baroka though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was there last night and it was very heartwarming. You know, if you see a veteran like Mota and a pioneer in the business and even a legend too.
Not even a legend,
A
yes.
legend, I pay homage
Sealer.
to a youngster like Joshi and I
Yeah.
give him some wise word.
Yeah.
You know? So big up Mota.
Absolutely, and I think this may have been the first time since Muta has actually seen him perform,
from-
physically,
From you see Mota hug him up so tight, you must
well
know.
tight, you know.
'Cause
No, it was a warm embrace.
Yeah.
I saw
And
the video
it was
and the
a real
pictures on social media.
moment.
Because Mota
Yes,
never
it
do
was.
handshake, you know, or fist. You can't ding off Mota fist. or them.
He never yell you.
Yeah, heal me. But
So
some
Mota
long
heal.
distance heal.
Eh. Something right
You're
to know.
not a Jashi.
Something right to know.
I
Muta
just-
feel Joshy energy more.
Most we have got ton of artists.
No, you're not a ton of artist. Not a goated soup you got order,
Yeah.
man. You
Yes,
low up
that-
the thing there,
yeah,
so.
low up the thing right there, so for sure.
But my big up, I just want to big up persons who continuously support dancehall and reggae music, and especially sponsors who find it necessary and fitting to support these types of events, that are happening. So big up to the supporters of dancehall and reggae music, industry players, patrons, and members from corporate Jamaica, just people in general who support it and not just staying on the sideline and bashing. It's a part of our culture. So bless up those people who still find it within themselves to heights it up.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Big up that, My big up for this week, is just bigging up some persons who genuinely, last night we witnessed where you have persons who them look forward to Rebel Salute. And, to be honest today, it's not even a matter of lineup for them. It's just a matter of, the event, is going to be kept for another year, and I'm looking forward to that. There are persons who I met last night that they were devastated for the fact that there was no Rebel Salute from 2020. So, once again, big up to the persons who, them stay loyal and them stay true and them say, them have to forward. So, them anyway. And these persons were coming from different points, different ends. I met some persons from England, some persons all over the world, who, they say every time that a Rebel Salute is held, they have to make a trip. Yeah, so big up them people then.
Yeah, man, proper big up.
Yeah.
All right, so life in itself is a balance, so we create a balance right here on this very platform.
Right,
Pop, what's your burnout?
No more burn out some event friend and some party friend.
What do you
And
mean?
some concerts friend.
What
Like anytime any big concert I keep,
Yeah.
at that time I hear from them. Friend, I see them a link,
What
you
if
know,
I call
a
it
ticket them a
yesterday?
big.
You get a few calls yesterday
Yeah,
from some people in the year from long time.
long time.
So them stay,
Yo, me G, what you say about Rebel Salute?
Yeah.
You know, on a ticket.
Yeah.
My brother.
No,
And a
some,
long
brother.
time in a year
sometimes
from
sometimes they say, Pop, wagwan,
them.
man.
You good, me G?
You're good. Long me even talk to you from the year start.
Happy
And-
New Year, man.
yeah,
Me
man.
love how you do your thing.
Yeah. And then weird on when they say, me, I get a next call. Them say, hey, so,
Yes, sir.
anything, on the pass.
How long so go on
Yeah,
later? What you say?
Yeah, what you say? Nothing.
So burn out them friends.
You understand? All right. Say Collision step in a while ago and like him a point for you say, I saw you stay
No,
up.
me not do that.
No,
Pop,
so you
pop.
stay pop. Remember you did do
Collision,
that one time.
collision.
You know,
So-
remember
See
that
Jody
one
K
out the
come in
one
say, I saw you
time.
stay.
So
So much
Bono-
people are coming to the studio and I saw you stay.
Burn out, big laugh.
Eh? So hold on, you say you big Brian
Me
ticket
and
fee
Brian chat every
him
day.
event. So
Yeah, me and Brian chat every day.
so much people at IRIE FM know your business, Pop. I say you did stay.
Collision.
See collision and I say, boy,
No,
you ask people for ticket and them something. Eh?
No,
I wonder
Pop,
for
you did
yourself
that
you burn
one
out
time
and
to
that need
collision.
to a while
Yeah,
ago.
man.
I know yourself a
What
big,
can on
style.
myself?
I know yourself a big,
Big laugh.
you don't burn out
burn
yourself.
man.
Big laugh.
Yes.
In
Why
call
you do
you.
that to
Big
big
laugh.
laugh, Pop?
But you do it sometime too.
No, me always a bless up you them. Say
What?
me beg and out of the blues.
Out of yellows.
Me always a bless up.
Why for the blues?
All right, cool, no
All
man.
right, so that is your burnout. My burnout.
Who your
I just
burnout,
want
Kish?
to burn out some entertainers and producers and industry people we don't want tech telling. You go to
Sure.
an event, you see a youth performer, you say, boy, you know that you could be exceptional on stage if you would only practice, know how to deliver your songs them properly, or how to tweak this or how to tweak that. But anybody say anything to you, just feel like, yo, it's a fight you get.
Burn off. Yeah, man. Just like
burn
how
out them people, especially now. There are a lot of events happening and
Yeah.
people will give their commentary. And you have
Yeah.
to know the difference between constructive criticism and somebody who is really trying to tear you down.
Absolutely, just like you were talking about Ritical and last night,
Yes.
Rebel Salute, and probably you have some people who know Ritical as a John, we one quarterback of fight the thing star, right? But really and truly, him now say to Ritical, say, say him have a point though, because the energy there and the enthusiasm never did there. And how you deal with the thing, no, star, you can go in a little bit more. Because we said the same thing about Chronic Lamb, but not lie. From the other day, Chronic Lamb step up him thing a little way. I mean, him still not reached to the level yet.
One
but
time I just 2 jumping used to do now him I do all 5
I'll
jumps.
dance him, I don't know. You understand? Just like we as a boy, we feel like Alkaline can interact more with the audience and hold a vibe with the people. Them, and hold it, we tell you, I refer this.
And just like everything else, it will take practice.
Yeah.
And it will take you coming to the realization that, okay, identify your flaws, and then yes, perfection is also a myth, but you still want to practice because practice
so.
will just only help you to become better. So if you know how to introduce your songs, if you know how to relate to the audience and create that interaction before you drop your song and let them be a part of it, it can only enhance your thing. And we do understand that some entertainers are better in the studio and just the
Recording
small box
artists.
with
Yeah,
them
man.
alone. And then you have those who will shine on stage. but you can learn to develop yourself as an artist and be a better performer. So you have to understand constructive criticism, know when to take it, and then just know that nobody not try to fight you.
None at
but
all.
you have to just look into yourself and see how you can be and do better.
Right, so you said it. You said it all right there. All right. So burnout for all of the people who not take telling, you know what I mean, and the artists them on them someday. My burnout for this week. So interestingly, guess what? You know the people them are rebel salute, them pay money for them stall or them booth and all these things. So you know say Kishima, you know me go on booth, right? And you know me I search out the thing, I'm searching menu, I see a menu I like, and I say, you know, say, me I go order. You know, say the lady asleep the whole time. And all me I call the lady. Now me know say she probably take a long time to set up her maybe me don't know what tired her.
You see her asleep or you just assume that she asleep?
She has, I mean if me assume, just see me I see her, me I call the lady and the lady just asleep. So and then
sleep.
me I say me I shout the lady, you know, cause me I tell her say boy the menu look attractive, you know. Another person come, I shout the lady fast asleep.
Jaja.
And next person come and I shout the lady still asleep. So guess what go on now? We I say here what go on now. You know, so me have to go over one next booth now. So watch you now. So when I go subbam now and just move forward now, go over the next booth right there so I start support that person there. The lady wake up. I mean, no, so she spend a little food on her booth, you know, but me I say,
But
you know,
look,
she need
man,
an assistant or something, you know.
It is a rugged, you know, it is a rugged type of thing. Like even as a vendor, you're gonna take your items, you're going to set up, you're going to cook, but of course, you can't do everything by yourself.
Yeah, what go on now? Little sleeping off go on, you know, 'cause I watch this now. Everybody did I make a little $1 last night, you know. Yes, that everybody I make a $1 last night, including myself.
Yeah, but when I time to go on
Because one of the time Jody
can't
see me
sleep
and she see me make $2 too. You understand? But watch this now. You see when you watch over food, is a different thing, you know, because if I have the fly, you're supposed to see, you know, if there's a fly. You understand?
Jaja.
Yeah, man. You know,
No,
yeah, I
we
mean,
can't understand that.
so me don't really want to burn out the lady because she had try her thing, but me really have to body out still.
All
Because
right, here what you do, Mark.
talk to me.
Check her out later.
But me I go back there
and
later.
find out if she's still asleep. You know, say next week Saturday, a straight rating.
But all right,
No
maybe she'll
hold
take
back.
in between, you know, but she have to focus because guess what? The shout them and the call them did well loud, you know, because you know our mouth loud, right? I have some people all go so man and knock all counter. All know the lady don't look far away. She can't move up there, right? So when I time I get nervous, come here and say, I wonder if I sleep. You think it's serious, more serious than sleep? When we move to the next person and the order and the food almost ready, does she that man up and running? So maybe it's a power nap and she just, you know, yeah, but, you know,
Yeah,
watch over the
Crack says
food.
she
And
tired.
yeah, you know, yeah, Crack says she tired, you know, Crack. But when time you take a little nap, you know that, you know, take so long for we say, Crack, what go on? Are you, how deep you got nice sleep? So you go deep now your sleep. Yeah. When you at work? No, when you at work. When you reach home. Then that me I say, man.
No, look here. We can't talk, you know?
Yeah, but you know, like me say, everybody guilty at a little 1-2 nap here and there, because you don't know, whole night bleaching is not an easy thing to, you know.
No, it is not. Not
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
All right. How feel? You want break or how it go?
No, man, me feel like so we're good to go, you know.
All right. Radioland, are you ready?
Internet peeps, are you ready?
Happening right now on the WTS stage, throwback style.
It's all about Zamunda.
I know we take this one from the album, my new and upcoming album, The Root. How all the mothers, mama you carry me through 9 months of labor. Me love you next to the Savior. Mama your love is forever. Yeah. You take care of me, never neglect your responsibilities. You cuddle me on your breast, I've got to do the rest. Mama, you know me love me mother. I will never hurt you mama, never desert me mother. Yeah, mama, you know me love me mother. I will never hurt you mama. All the mothers in the world, balance. Wish every mother would admire your pattern. When the food no day, you take your one turn fashion. You never falter from your starting mission. You didn't throw me away for abortion. Miss Bear, you are the greatest mom. So that's why I have to sing this song. Are you ready? Mama, you know me love me, mother. I will never hurt you, mama. Never desert me, mother. Yeah, mama. You know me love me, mother. I will never hurt you, mama. Mama, very big up herself. I want thing you always tell me. Say my son, don't ever do no wrong. No matter what the cost, you just be strong. Yeah. I tell you about the days and I tell you about the nights when things was alright. She still showed us love. Showed us love. Mama, you know me love me, mother. I will never hurt you, mama. Never desert me, mother. Next track. Because you know one thing mama always tell me, say now. So must love a brother and sister them, right? Hey! We all are one. We all are one. Are you ready now? What's the scoop, yeah? Whether you are barefoot or wear jacket and forward. Rastafari lives, you know. I say we all are one. We all are one. Kashima Kwagama. And I know what's the scoop. One barefoot and wear jacket and tie. Nothing wrong from you, I praise the most high. We are the same type of people. We are the same type of people. Whether you black, whether you white, let's come together and all unite. We are the same type of, we are the same type of people. Balance. Can no man only joy superior. So why make another feel inferior? Who gave you the qualification to show up on another one? Cause you will never see a butterfly exalt on a bird. All of us is equal, none of us chopper. All of this big title only make things blurred. Whether you're black or you're white, we all are one in a thing. Whether you are barefoot or wear jacket and tie, nothing wrong from you, I praise the most high. We are the same type of, what's the scoop? We are the same type of people. Whether you black, whether you white, let's come to one another, same type. Well, on a balance. Listen. The police is not better than the patrons. The artist is not better than the fans. Even the teacher can learn from the students. Humbleness brings true intelligence, yeah. The same people you pass going up, the same people you go past coming down. Never feel as if you are higher than the ground. What's the scoop with them now? What you put away? Hey, I know we have to sing something for the woman them, you know. But you don't know, different style. Na. Oh, na. What's the scoop, ladies? Listen, ladies. I saw me tell you now, I see you longing for some love. You're longing. I see you longing for love. What's the scoop, ladies? I see you longing for some love. You're longing. I see you longing for love. Kashima, listen, balance. Come over here, my baby, 'cause I will give it to you daily. It's not every man knows how to treat a lady right. She never get touched so long, so she give her the loving so. I saw me tell them now. She says she want it now. I quote them up, let them know this now, man. I make them know this now. Give me a mix. I can do food in a pot so vibes are built within my job so. Beat and the trouble if I clap some. Some a sing, some a jump, some a skank some. Forward to me Jana. Music eat them things say a karma. Hear me no lana, just pass me the rama and make me hit them with the rubber dub. Kill them with the rubber dub. Go on with the rubber dub. Me born with the rubber dub. Say rubber. Hey, cash flow nil. And me say rubber dub. Hit them with the rubber dub. Kill them with the rubber dub. Go on with the rubber dub. Me born with the rubber dub. Say balance. Give me a mixing. Give me a one chop. Give me a one chop.
Locked in on YouTube, and of course all the persons locked in to the 107s. You don't know the Shreps going on. Big up to the entire team, of course. Big up to Peter Broadba. Big up, of course, to Crack. Big up, of course, to DJ Lollipop. We have a quick time signal soon forward.
Real estate developers, contractors, hardwares, tradesmen, hoteliers. For the widest variety of hardware and plumbing supplies, come to Atlantic Hardware and Plumbing, 7A Ashenheim Road, Kingston 11. Call us at 758-0266. The time by Atlantic Hardware and Plumbing Supplies is
now a minute after 7 o'clock.
All right, of course. Big up, of course, to Zamunda. And that's basically our time. You can catch us every Saturday. Of course, Courtney Mac kick things off. But next Saturday, Mac, is going to be a different setup.
Yeah.
No 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., but 6:15 we'll be linking up. You'll be live from Florida.
Yeah, something like that, you know. Yeah, right, something like that. We should be in the building. So look out, of course, Florida peeps. You know, the Shreps go. You know what I mean? IRIE FM team are rolling at the building. You know the something go. Well upon niceness.
Right, so we'll be linking up live. And then you can catch me 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And then 6:15 we'll link up with Mac and the crew from Florida next week.
Right, that's it. That's it there. Simple maths. You know what I mean? That's our time. My name is
The
Courtney Mac.
is up next. I'm Kishima Francis.
All right, like you said, Biggs, your time.